Hello and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's Amosh YUK. Also, if you're a new subscriber, I want to welcome you to this family. And guys, thank you so much for watching my videos, for liking, for sharing, for commenting, everything. I do appreciate. So, if you're new to this channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. So, in this channel, if you're new, I talk more about relocating back to the motherland, but not just relocating, but we want to be able to uh, live comfortably, if you know what I mean. Depending on what you mean by comfort, is subjective. So, sometimes we might just say, "Oh, I'm tired of living abroad in the UK, in America, in the US, whichever place you find yourself away from from the motherland." So I just encourage everyone to try to invest the money that we earn. Obviously, we have to live as well, and also just sharing my own ideas or what I have found that works for me, uh, and also encourage you to invest in the motherland. Because I do think we have an opportunity as immigrants, like because we actually, like for example, the UK, it allows dual nationality, so you can be, for example, British or and also if you whichever country you're coming from. So or you don't even have to be a national or be British, but there's an opportunity. So if you have your papers, you can work, and also you have opportunity to invest back in the motherland. If you think maybe investing in the UK, maybe capital is too much, or you're finding a bit easier to invest in the motherland, which is what I talk about in this channel, because I do think, or I believe that in Africa there's so much that needs to be explored, needs to be done, and we can learn from the environment from which we are, where we are, like in the UK, whichever country you find yourself, you can learn and then introduce those things back in the motherland to better the life of people that are back in our countries, and also just to create jobs. So I do think, like for example, situations where people argue about. Uh, I've been thinking about buying a house. For example, if you're buying a house in the UK, you have to pay a deposit of, I think, 10%. I think is kind of the minimum. Uh, so so if you're born here, I believe that you don't have a, like, there's limited chance, because you have to get a house. Like for example, you have to, you kind of have this urge that you need to buy a house, because you don't want to be like in your 60s and you're still uh, renting, but at least maybe, well, for the people that do not have the choice to be able to invest in the motherland, maybe that works for them, because but for me, I do believe, like, because I have a chance, I can say, or instead of putting this down payment, let's say 10%, let's say 30,000, for example, dollars or pounds, I'm gonna use this money to invest in the motherland. If you watch this previous video before this one, the previous two, is about, I kind of show the things that are going on, like in the motherland in Africa at the moment. The things, for example, my family member or my family doing, just to show that sometimes you just have to sacrifice. So instead of using that money, if your idea if your idea or your goal is to settle back in the motherland, then for me, I think, or I know that buying that house will be a financial mistake on for me, because buying a house, let's say a house is 300,000 pounds, for example, you pay an interest of maybe, let's give you. 3%. I think it's above that, but let's say 3% at the end of that's an interest rate. Remember, you have to think about repairs. So anything get damaged in the house, you have to think about that. Like so many things that happens, you have to uh, maintain the house, maintenance. You have to maintain the house to be in good condition. So at the end, and this again is 30 years or 25 years. I don't know how long people take mortgages. Some of them, I think, is some of them are 20 years, 25, 30. So you're gonna be in a financial trap for like 30 years with the interest rate of, let's say, give it 3% or 4%. It might be higher than that at the moment. I don't know. I haven't checked, but some of them I saw about 5, 3. I don't know. So let's say 3%, and within 30 years or 25, you're not gonna pay 300,000. It's gonna be more than that. It could be like 500,000 pounds. It could be 600,000 plus interest plus everything that you used to everything that you've used to maintain the house. So what I'm thinking, obviously, for me in that case, I'm renting, means then I don't have maintenance cost. I don't have to put 10% deposit. I don't have to worry about anything goes wrong in the house. I can just call my landlord and say, could you, if they can come fix it. So I don't have to worry so much. You just need to worry about paying my rent. Yes, people say paying a rent is throwing money away, but remember, uh, also that that money that I was meant to give to the bank, I've used it to invest in the motherland, or and also the interest, the difference, the interest, about 200,000 pounds or dollars, or 300, depending on the house, the price of the house. That interest, I'm going to use it to invest. So I'm going to be so cautious and like doing my maths and making sure that you put some money aside to be able to invest in the motherland, so that that difference, the interest. Because if I'm just renting and saying that the person that bought the house is I'm better than them, then we're all the same. Because if I'm not investing the difference, that interest, you know, then I'm like people say, throwing your money away. So I think it's just doing math and making sure that we know what you're doing. Because I see people saying buy a house, buy a house, buy a house, but I think so few, not many people sit down to go through the numbers to calculate what the cost of owning a house, the cost of renting, the benefits of renting, the benefits of owning a house, the like the opportunity cost. For example, the opportunity cost of the 30,000. You could have invested that 30,000 in a, for example, money market fund or something to, so that the value of the money, you can compound within time to make, like, to, so then the money can work for you. That's why I believe in real estate, for example, in Kenya, so that I can just within that 200,000 pound difference within within a 30-year period, God willing, if I'm still alive, I can use that money to invest that interest. I'm actually uh, saying the interest, that interest you can use to actually build wealth instead of uh, giving it to the bank. Obviously, you say, "Oh, you build equity." You never know; it could be negative. It could be a negative equity in that altogether, after 25 years or 30 years, your house is worth, let's say, 600,000 or something, and maybe you bought it for 500 or something, and you've spent, well, you can't be, you couldn't have bought it for 500. You could have bought it for like 400, because the interest rate maybe can be 200 to make it 600 at the end. So maybe you made equity it could end up with a negative equity or or positive. But what I'm trying to say is, in this channel, I just try to encourage people to invest. That we don't need to wait until we are old and tired and then we think of retirement. Then that's not enjoyable. Like, you want to be able to be strong, even if you're watching me and maybe uh, uh, you can still do it. You know, this message is for everyone, but for the younger people, I always say the 20s is when you lay the foundation that everything is set. If you need to buy land, if you need to do whatever it needs to be done, you know, you do it in your 20s. So then from 30s, then now you start working hard on like what needs to invest in. Well, some people can start from 20s. So this is just my opinion. So I really do hope that we make the right decisions. We have the opportunity. We work hard, and we want to be able to retire early when you're still young and strong, so that we can be able to enjoy life and not be retired at the age of when we are so tired. So thank you for watching my video and for listening. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Comment your opinions regarding this topic. There will be a part 2 of this. And thank you, and God bless.